I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you this was a little bit surreal and extraordinary to see two people who pretty much hated each other on the campaign trail sitting side by side, exchanging that handshake, as you said, but on their way out of the Oval Office, just as the press was sent out as well, there was a slap on the back, or a pat on the back, rather, from Donald Trump for Barack Obama. These are two leaders, the president-elect and the current president, who are trying to make this look as positive as possible. The White House is insisting that this meeting was about putting in place an orderly transition, and they seem to agree on that front. But you just cannot escape the fact, when you look at these two men sitting side by side, the memories of when President Obama, very recent memories, when he said that Donald Trump was unfit for the presidency and that he should never get his hands on the nuclear codes. He accused him of sexism, of lack of respect for Muslims, lack of respect for women, of being guilty of sexual assault. It's such a long, long line of accusations, some of them, of course, absolutely justified. And then you have Donald Trump there, the president-elect, who for a very, very long time got into the political arena to start off with by saying that President Obama was not born in the United States. It's just an extraordinary situation. The two of them, though, seemingly got along somehow, with Donald Trump, the president-elect, even saying that he wanted President Obama to be his counsel, in other words, get his advice on how to do things in the White House, and hoped that there would be further meetings in the future.
It does sound incredibly surreal, as you say, Philip. There was that handshake, but Obama, I think, visibly tense. And as you said, of course, he did say that Trump was unfit for the office of president, unfit for the White House.
Yeah, and according to the White House, those are beliefs that President Obama still has. The press secretary, Josh Earnest, after this meeting, in the daily White House press briefing, was asked repeatedly whether whether Barack Obama still believes everything he said on the campaign trail. And the answer was yes. He still does believe all of that, which makes it even more extraordinary that these two men somehow had to share those seats in the Oval Office. Donald Trump now has to move relatively fast, and he did some of that today. After the White House, he moved on to Capitol Hill, where he met people who are that little bit more in agreement with him, though didn't support him necessarily on the campaign trail. He met with Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, a Republican, of course. Paul Ryan showed him from the balcony the view of the mall here in Washington, D.C., and the view he'll have for his inauguration in January. He also met with the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, also a Republican. These are the people who the President-elect Donald Trump will be working with, and they will largely be on his side, more so, of course, than the first person he met in Washington, President Obama.